Oh, hi, everybody. It's me, Conni Smudge. I'm here to read you some stories, and I've got a really special one for you right now. It's called And Tango Makes Three, and it's by Justin Richardson and Peter Parnell. Here we go. In the middle of New York City, there is a great big park called Central Park. Children love to play there. It has a toy boat pond where they can sail their boats. It has a carousel to ride on in the summer and an ice rink to skate on in the winter. Best of all, it has its very own zoo. I love the zoo. Everyday families of all kinds go to visit the animals that live there. Oh my. But the children and their parents aren't the only families at the zoo. The animals make families of their own. There are red panda bear families with mothers and fathers and furry red panda bear cubs. There are monkey dads and monkey mums raising noisy monkey babies. There are toad families and toucan families and cotton-top pteromin families too. I think that's a pteromin right there. It's kind of monkey, I think. And in the penguin house, there are penguin families. Every year at the same time, the girl penguins start noticing the boy penguins, and the boy penguins start noticing the girl penguins. When the right girl and the right boy find each other, they become a couple. Two penguins in the penguin house were a little bit different. One was named Roy, and the other was named Silo. Roy and Silo were both boys, but they did everything together. They bowed to each other, they walked together, they sang to each other, they swam together. Wherever Roy went, Silo went too. They didn't spend much time with the girl penguins. The girl penguins didn't much spend time with them. Instead, Roy and Silo wound their necks around each other. Their keeper, Mr. Gramsci, noticed that two penguins and thought to himself, they must be in love. Roy and Silo watched how the other penguins made a home, so they built a nest of stones for themselves. Every night, Roy and Silo slept there together, just like the other penguin couples. They looked very happy, all cozy. And every morning, Roy and Silo woke up together. But one day, Roy and Silo saw that the other couples could do something they could not. The mama penguin would lay an egg. She and the papa penguin would take turns keeping the eggs warm until finally it would hatch. And then there would be a baby penguin. Roy and Silo had no egg to sit on and keep warm. They had no baby chick to feed and cuddle and love. Their nest was nice, but it was a little empty. One day, Roy found something that looked like what the other penguins were hatching, and he brought it to their nest. It was only a rock, but Silo carefully sat on it, and sat, and sat. When Silo got sleepy, he slept, and when Silo was done sleeping and sitting, he swam, and Roy sat. Day after day, Silo and Roy sat on the rock, but nothing happened. Then Mr. Gramsci got an idea. He found an egg that needed to be cared for, and he brought it to Roy and Silo's nest. See? Roy and Silo knew just what to do. They moved the egg to the center of their nest. Every day they turned it, so each side stayed warm. Some days, Roy sat while Silo went for food. Other days, it was Silo's turn to take care of their egg. They sat in the morning and they sat at night. They sat through lunchtime and summertime and supper and dinner and everything. Can you imagine how much time it takes? They sat at the beginning of the month, and they sat at the end of the month, and they sat all the days in between. That's some good parenting. Until one day, they heard a sound coming from their egg. Beep, 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 it said. Roy and Silo called back, squawk, squawk, peep, peep, answered the egg. Suddenly, a tiny hole appeared in the egg shell, and then, look how it goes. You can see it just getting bigger and bigger. And then is it gonna pop? Oh my goodness, crack! One came out of their very own, one came, their very own baby. Let's do that again. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, is it gonna crack? Here we go. It does, crack! Out came their very own baby. She had fuzzy white feathers and a funny black beak. Now Roy and Silo were both fathers. We'll call her Tango, Mr. Gramsci decided, because it takes two to make a tango. Roy and Silo taught Tango how to sing for them when she was hungry, then fed her food from their beaks. They snuggled her in their nest at night. Tango was the very first penguin in the zoo to have two daddies. Soon, Tango grew strong enough to leave the nest. Roy and Silo took her for a swim, just like all the other penguin families. And all the children who came to the zoo could see Tango and her two fathers playing in the penguin house with all the other penguins. Hooray! Hooray, Roy! Hooray, Silo! Welcome, Tango, they cheered. At night, the three penguins returned to their nests. They snuggled together, and like all other penguins in the penguin house, and all the other animals in the zoo, and all the families in the big city around them, they went to sleep. The end. Wasn't that great? I'm so happy you joined me. Bye, everyone.